Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Well, today I'm making a video about William White, who's a TikToker. He goes by WHITEY18, and he's super popular. He's got like 1.8 million followers. So if you don't know who he is, I don't know how you don't know, because he's all over the place. And I want to preface this. I made a TikTok. Actually, I made a 3-part TikTok. I just uploaded the first part. But I'm also making this YouTube video, so it can be longer. But I'm prefacing it by saying that I'm not a cougar. I don't follow the young guys. I really don't follow too many. I don't know that there's very many young people on social media that I follow. Especially ones that are like too, I just feel that are just too young, that I just, for whatever reason. But at first, this kid, I know everybody calls him a kid, he's 21 years old, so he really is, a young man, and he's legal in all states in the U.S., and I think in Canada, I think the legal age is even younger. I don't know, but anyway, he is a man, but he is a young man. He's trying to go the route of social media. He's decided to make a career out of it. And well, at first he would show up on my FYI page on TikTok, and I kept kicking him off. I just disregarded him, and I didn't really listen to his little video clips because of the music. I didn't like the kind of music that was with some of his videos. But then one of them showed up with Barry Manilow, Mandy, if you know that song by Barry Manilow. And it really got me in the heart, and it made me cry. I was very emotional because, like I described on TikTok, didn't always have the best home life, and so to me my bedroom was my sanctuary, and I had this way where I could just lock the door. I didn't have a lock on it, but the doorknob was messed up. It was like an old-fashioned doorknob, and I could slam it really hard and it would lock and nobody could get in, and I was the only one who could open it. And I didn't figure that out until I was a teenager. So I slammed the door really hard one time when I was mad, and then my mom couldn't open the door. But that was like my sanctuary, and I would listen to music a lot, and I loved Barry Manilow. And that song Mandy really meant a lot to me, and it's a very sentimental song to me. And so when I heard him or saw him lip syncing that song, I just started bawling, and it brought back a lot of memories. And he does bring up the nostalgia with all the old school songs that he sings. And I kept thinking, how does this young guy know all these songs? He started lip syncing the old rock songs and older, rock and roll songs. And he does do rap, a little bit of rap, and lip sync some of the rap, and he does little videos too, whatever. And he does lives on TikTok, and I think he has Instagram, and he does post on Twitter. I think he has Snapchat too. I don't know what all. I don't know if he has more or whatever. But I started going through some of his videos, the ones that had the rap, not the rap music, the old rock songs. And then I listened to one of his lives, and he just killed me with his humor. And he seems like sometimes he kind of innocently, like, there's moments when he really didn't know what was being talked about, and he didn't quite understand. Sometimes he has this base of cougars, of these women that are much older than him, and they propelled him into the stratosphere of popularity by supporting him because of the music that he was doing, the videos that he was doing with the old school songs. And he just got this really rabid fan base of older women that are completely supportive and very, very protective of him. Oh my gosh, they're so protective of him. And there's a lot of infighting. And he has these I don't know, very well, a lot of people are giving him hate because he has a PayPal attached to it, and they're just jealous because he's good looking, he's charming, he's got this charisma, this way of, I don't know, you have to just watch his video, because again, I'm not a cougar, and I just kept kicking him off my page. I thought he was really good looking, but I was like, oh, he's too young. Just tossed him off, you know. Like, dude, didn't even hardly listen to him at first, and until the Mandy, and I mean, it took just the first note of that Mandy song, and I was like, you know, and I just immediately started to, tears just started flowing because of the sentimentalness and what that song meant to me. And he started doing the lives, and he has this way of he communicates, you know, they can text, chat with him, and he asks them questions and advice, and they advise him, and they give him help, and they explain things to him that he doesn't understand or doesn't know, because he is a young guy, he doesn't know everything. And so these women are like really kind of nurturing him and kind of like helping him and take care of him. I don't know, it's a very, I was fascinated just by the whole situation of it, and it was just something that I just wanted to watch. It just became like, this car keeps driving by, or they parked behind me earlier, and now they just drove by. I don't know what the deal is, but coming back around. Oh well. I hate it when they do that. They distract me. I may have to stop and roll my window up. But anyway, it's just a very, just the phenomena of this. He was just a regular blue-collar worker. He was doing landscaping and construction. He started doing some modeling jobs. This agent found him and got him some modeling jobs while he was still doing landscaping. He would run off and do a modeling job and then come back. And then eventually he quit the landscaping because he was taking off so much from work. And then he started doing photo shoots, trying to get contracts for, you know, like, I guess commercials or advertising or whatever. And he actually became so successful that he got a runway, not his own runway show, but he got to participate in a runway show in Paris. Flew down there and got to walk the runway, and he did this little strut. I mean, he did this, it was just amazing. And again, I'm not a cougar, but I was so impressed, you know, by his charm and his charisma, the way he did it. And he wants to be an actor, and people are hating on him. He has a huge fan base of these cougar women, and there's some younger girls too that really support him. And but it's mostly the older cougar nation women. I don't know if they have a name. They have all these things on TikTok about, I didn't know it even existed, and I started researching through it and looking through cougar TikTok and all this stuff, and you can find anything on TikTok, just like kind of on YouTube. You can find any subject, there's a video for it. And he started you know, making these videos, got really successful. This car is parking behind me for a second time. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to block him out of my video. And he started being very just coming out of his shell, being more creative and more I don't know what the hell they're doing. They roll down the window now. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what those people were doing, but they parked behind me, then they rolled their window down, they started talking really loud, and I stopped my video just to keep an eye on them, and they stayed there for about, I don't know how long, 15-20 minutes or so. But I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to leave my spot, because where I was parked at was it's a very good spot to park at here. and they're probably about 15 feet from my car, from the rear end, and they were parked, like my car's parked this way, and they parked behind me like that, about 15 feet, so I had to kind of stare at them in the side mirror, and I had my key in my hand in case I needed to take off, but they left. They came back just now, or about 5 minutes ago, and they parked at the other end way down there, and another car pulled up right behind them, so I don't know what was going on, but I didn't want to leave because I didn't want them thinking they could just run me off, but whatever. And back to WHITEY18, William White. With this guy, I mean, he's gotten a lot of hate from, well, he's got a lot of support. He has, like, the Cougars, he's got a gay following, he's got some young girls, and then he's got some of the guys from TikTok, the Kings, that support him. But he got a lot of hate from a lot of the guys, the, I want to say, older to middle-aged, I guess 30s and above guys, that if you haven't seen TikTok videos where they lip sync, and a lot of these women go on these guys' pages, and they have a big following. But when William White started getting a little bit popular, I think he was stealing a lot of their crowd, their cougar crowd, and so some of the guys started hating on him. But then some of the guys were very supportive, and they made videos supporting him, telling people, you know, they should support this guy, this young guy. He's doing, you know, really good, and he's such a good-hearted person. I think he's such a good-hearted. He does silly things, and he does, you know, he does some immature things, but his humor, and I'm a little immature in my humor anyway. I have a little bit of dry, dark, and kind of immature. You know, I like to laugh at a lot of things. But he's gotten a lot of hate, and he's got a lot of hate from the PayPal, from him accepting money from people, and they call, some people are telling these women, you're fools for sending me money and stuff like this. But you know, back in the day, there used to be benefactors, people that would support artists and musicians, or any form of entertainment or art was supported by benefactors. They paid for everything, their meals, even if they drink or go out, and they made it where these young artists, or not just young, any age, when they were being a benefactor to these artists or musicians or whatever back in the day, and this included, like, you know, people like Shakespeare and Mozart, and, you know, very, very creative people. Many creative people used money from benefactors to live off of for every single thing. Some of them did not work regular jobs. Some of them did, but some of them had benefactors that would support them and give them money for clothing and food and going out or whatever, you know. And it's kind of the same thing. It still goes on to this day. And just because social media is a new form of entertainment, because you have theater, movies, movie theater, poets, poetry readings, comedians, open mic, any form of sculptors, painters, you name it, any form of entertainment or art can be supported through with a benefactor. And lots of people have PayPal on their TikToks, and not just TikTok, on other social media. They also have their PayPal connected, and they take gifts, donations, or whatever you want to call it. And some people were telling these cougars that, oh, you're just being taken for a ride, and he's just using that money to drink, because he does every once in a while go drink or be with his friends, or he goes out, he likes to eat steak and lobster, he likes to skateboard, you know, he does a lot of things, and he's gone on shopping trips, he's gotten his car fixed. And there was some, you know, some comments in some of these videos about people being upset with him about the way he spent the money. They would send him a donation, and then they would be upset for the way that he spent the money, which, to me is ridiculous, because it all goes into his bank account, and then he draws out of it whatever he needs to pay, whatever bill he needs to pay or expense. And with what he's trying to achieve, he wants to be an actor, which I think he actually would be a good actor. If you look at some of his TikToks, just the way he looks at the camera, the way the things he conveys, and he's really flirty. I mean, I don't know, you just have to look at him. And for somebody who's not a cougar, I'm impressed with his ability to connect, especially with women. I think he would be the perfect romantic comedy actor. And I think he also has a depth, because there's moments when he's been so real and so almost a little bit sad, I guess. He has these little bouts of anxiety and a little bit of emotional, I guess, loops that he goes through. And just like a lot of young people do now, especially with the pandemic and the way that life is so fast now and everything. And people were hating on him for accepting money. And I just think it's a lot of jealousy, because there's so many other people that get these donations. And eventually, I mean, if I do get monetized on this channel, I'm probably going to maybe oops, both at the same time. Wow. I'm in the dark. I would probably start a Patreon or do, I don't know. I mean, it depends, which is going to be way in the future, but I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing, because he's very open and honest about what he wants to do and what he's trying to accomplish. He wants to take acting lessons and become an actor, and he's already been on the runway in Paris, and that was just a surreal thing. And he also was modeling these yellow pants from Ralph Lauren, which sold out in like 2 or 3 hours. I mean, he does have this ability to project himself in a very commercial way, which benefits him, you know, especially for this goal that he has in the future. And the modeling, I think, is just a means for him to kind of get a little bit of experience and maybe a little bit of money saved up, and or get successful, because I don't think he's not really financially, you know, successful yet. He's trying to get Ralph Lauren and all these other campaigns, you know, modeling campaigns to help him with expenses or whatever. But even he made a video one time that even some of his family members were criticizing him for taking the PayPal, which, I mean, and the way he said it, you know, it really did kind of, and I'm not really, I'm a supporter of him, but I can't call myself a cougar again, but I got a little emotionally invested in him, and now I do watch his TikToks, his lives, and to me, moments of it are hysterical, because he has this look sometimes that just, like, he didn't understand what the song Little Red Corvette was about by Prince. It's about a girl that's been around the block, you know. And the ladies were telling him, texting him, no, it's about, you know, because there's a line in there about something about more jockeys. You know, not a very flattering thing to say about a woman, but he was like, you know, it shocked him. And there's moments like that where he's a little bit innocent about certain things he doesn't understand, and then they explain it to him, and it's just the look on his face sometimes is hilarious. And I just feel really kind of bad for this kid, this young man, you know. I hope people will leave him alone. I hope they support him, because, you know, there's so many actors that started out. It's just, you know, it's a different climate, a different time period. You know, people are able to do things differently nowadays than they were, well, not forgetting about the benefactor situation. There's still actors, actresses, singers that have gotten financial help from other people too. And I wish people would just quit hating on him about it, and I hope that he goes on and gets achieves his goal, gets his dream. Okay, I just wanted to make this video in defense of him because I just found the whole situation just a fascinating kind of phenomenon. Just how I'm watching his rise from, I started following him, I guess, a few months ago after I saw the Mandy video, and I watched him go from being a landscaper to going to Paris, being a model, and then now he's being considered for all these other contracts. He's trying to get, into a really good modeling contract, or I want to say supporting a product or something like that, being a spokesman or whatever. And he drinks coffee, and he's Canadian. He goes to Tim Hortons and Starbucks, and he would be the perfect, he's addicted to coffee, and so he'd be a great spokesman for that. And he's just going on his little journey, and I wish people would just leave him alone. Just either support him, if you're not going to be a part of his struggle, you shouldn't be a part of his success. You shouldn't be able to get credit for part of his success. So, and that goes with anything or anybody in life. If you're not going to support them, when times are hard or when they're making their climb up there, you can't really claim that when they're going through the struggle, you can't claim part of their success. So just wish people would leave him alone, or either support him, or, be nice. Okay, that's my opinion about that. Thank you all.